Shalom, brothers and sisters. Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you. From Yahuwah, our Father, and Yahusha. He is the Messiah, the one that carries the burden of Yah, his voice, our high priest, soon coming king. Hear, O Yeshua, Yahuwah, who is our mighty one. He is one. There is no other mighty one in existence than Yahuwah, and Yahusha is his voice. This is Brother Daoud coming to you again to bring you the wilderness. This is part 3, the order of events. We shall leave the lands of our captivity. There shall be a flame behind us. Those who took into captivity must go into captivity. Those who kill by the sword must be killed by the sword. We shall be brought into the wilderness once we're gathered. Judgment. He's going to separate the rebels from the righteous. Let me give you a heads up. When our ancestors were brought out of the land of Egypt, there were 600,000 men on foot. The small boys and women and children. The stranger. None of them made it in. Only a handful made it to the promised land. All of the multitudes that came out of Egypt died in the wilderness. Aharon, Aaron, the one who made the golden calf that they worshipped, he died in the wilderness. Masha, the one you call Moses, he died in the wilderness. Why did he die in the wilderness? He was instructed, speak to the rock in the name. He was supposed to say, rock, in the name of Yahuwah, Allah Yak, I command you, bring forth water. Instead, he struck it, and Yahuwah was not given the glory. Instead, the people looked to Masha as though he was the one who performed this miracle. And because of that, he didn't make it in. Now examine yourself. What makes you think that you'll make it in? Well, if you get past the wilderness, we shall be brought to YARUSHALYAM, our home, the place that we'll be fed. All nations will have to pay tribute to us. We shall rebuild the waste cities. We shall be the repairer of the breach. Look, as far as the eyes can see, all of our people shall be here, close to the place, Mount Tisyam, where Yah has put his name. Let's begin. Yao O. You would say Joe, well, chapter 2, 1 to 3. 1. Blow you the trumpet in Tisyaun, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahuwah cometh. It is nigh, it is at hand. A day of darkness, a day of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burns. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yes, nothing shall escape them. 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. 5. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, shall they leap, like the noise of a flame, of fire that burns the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. 6. Before their face, the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. 7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march every one on his ways. They shall not break their ranks. 8. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Who is this? Who is he speaking about? 9. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. 10. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. 11. And Yahuwah, his majesty, shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of Yahuwah is great and very terrible. Who can make it through it? We're speaking of the 144,000. They are the children of Yasharal. 12,000 of each tribe. They shall come from the heavens with Yahusha to take vengeance on all of his and our enemies. the great and terrible day. Who can make it through it? 12. Therefore also now, saith Yahuwah, turn even to me with all your heart. We need to stop. He wants all of you. Your heart, your mind, and your soul. Examine yourself. And with fasting, and with weeping and mourning. 13. Rend your hearts, not your garments, and turn unto Yahuwah, our Alayak, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of evil. Just denounce the Feast of Easter, all of your feast days in April. He will forgive you. It means when you denounce those days, you have returned to him. 14. Who knows if he will return and repent? Who knows? And leave a blessing behind him. Indeed, a meat offering or a drink offering unto Yahuwah, our Alayak. 15. Blow the trumpet into Sion, sanctify a fast, a solemn assembly. 16. Gather the people, set apart the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children, and those that suck the breast. Let the bridegroom go forth from his chamber, and the bride out of her closet. 17. Let the priests, or the ministers of Yahuwah, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, spare your people, O Yahuwah, and give not your heritage to reproach. Let not the heathen rule over them. Wherefore should they say among their people, where is their mighty one? That's what the world's been saying about us for 400 years. Now, the time has come. The great yet terrible day is upon us. You have a choice to make. Be on the right side of this. Look what's going to happen for those who have turned back to him. 18. Then will Yahuwah be jealous for his land and pity his people, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. Then will they hear from heaven. I will forgive their sins and heal the land. 19. Yes, Yahuwah will answer and say unto his people, behold, I will send you corn, wine, oil, and you will be satisfied therewith. Who gives you the corn, the wine, the oil, the rain, the dew, the heat? Only he, not she. If you're in April, you're believing that she is going to give you the corn, the wine, the oil for you to be satisfied. And I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen. What if you have joined with the heathen in the month of Easter to celebrate their goddess? 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face towards the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things. What northern army do you know of that's in the promised land? 21. Fear not, O land, be glad and rejoice, for Yahuwah will do great things. 22. Be not afraid, you beast of the field. Listen to me. Even our animals will be blessed once we return. For the pastures of the wilderness do spring. He's going to pour out the rain, the dew, and the heat. And the land shall be as the Garden of Eden. For the tree beareth her fruit, the fig tree, and the vine do yield their strength. 23. Be glad then, you children of Tisyaun, and rejoice in Yahuwah, our Alayak. Alayak means the powerful shepherd of man, who stretched forth his arm with an open palm to the children of Yasharal. In the land of Egypt, he's going to do this a second time to the children of Yasharal, who are in the lands of their captivity. For he, who is he? Yahuwah, our Alayak, has given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain, and the latter rain. When? In the first month. No adjustment necessary. No 13th month required. Let me quote from Yaremiyahu, the one that you call Jeremiah. Are there any among the vanities of the Gentiles that can cause rain? Are not you he, O Yahuwah? Therefore, we will wait on you, Yahuwah Alua, and all of those around the world who have joined with us. You have joined the ranks of the great prophets. You have joined the ranks of believers. You're not following the Gentiles anymore. You are following he who is seated upon the throne. You trust in him. Look what will happen when you wait upon Yahuwah. 24. And the floors shall be full of wheat, and the vats shall overflow with wine and oil. Have you heard anyone bragging that the floors are full of wheat? and the vats full of wine and oil. 25. And I, who is I? Yahuwah, Alayak, will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten, the cankerworm, the caterpillar, the palmer worm, my great army, which I sent amongst you. Okay, you make an adjustment to the calendar. You come to the month of Easter to find your feast. Then he sends his great army, the locust, the cankerworm, the caterpillar, the palmer worm. What are you going to do then? Where's your harvest? If you don't wait on him, there is no harvest. Everything comes from him. Nothing comes from the Gentiles. 26. And you shall eat in plenty and be satisfied and praise the name of Yahuwah, our Alayak, that have dealt wondrously with us. And my people, listen to the promise. If you overcome this matrix, my people shall never be ashamed. 27. And you shall know that I am in the midst of Yeshurun, and that I am Yahuwah, your Alayak. He signed his name, and look what he says after. I am not the Alayak of no one else, and my people shall never be ashamed. He doubled down on this promise. 28. And it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. 29. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. The servants? The handmaids? He's speaking of the stranger. His spirit will even be poured out to them. 30. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth. You're seeing all of this stuff today. Blood and fire, pillars of smoke. 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of Yahuwah come. That can happen any time now. 32. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahuwah shall be delivered. For in Mount Tisyon and in YARUSHALYAM shall be deliverance, as Yahuwah have said, and in the remnant whom Yahuwah shall call. Note, those who shall call upon his name in the last days and shall be delivered. It's going to happen in the promised land, not in the Americas or in the places around the world. Do you see the people in Gaza? The remnant of the Philistines shall be destroyed, and those who are left, the book says they shall be for Yahuwah. They shall call upon his name. They shall forsake Allah and turn to Yah. and vow to serve us, because deliverance is in us. Serving us will place them above all other people on the earth. They shall be proud to say, I serve Dawood ben Yashayahu. He is my master. For in Mount Tisyaun and YARUSHALYAM shall be deliverance, as Yahuwah have said, and in the remnant whom Yahuwah shall call, deliverance shall be in us for all the people who are around us. Indeed, even our cousins, whose seed are spoiled, they shall turn to Yahuwah, and they shall serve us also. We're going home. Prepare yourself. Turn to Him with all of your heart, your mind, and your soul. Do you want to know what the proving ground is to show that you love Him? Keeping His Shabbats, keeping His feast days. They are the appointments that we went away from. And because of that, we were carried away into the lands of our captivity. But once we return to the old way, yeah, put aside all this new stuff that the Gentiles created. Return to the old way, which is the good way. Then, and only then, will you find rest for your souls. Shalom.